Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2021 Subaru Impreza, but there's a special situation with this particular Impreza, and let's just get right into it. Now I will be doing a walkthrough here with the Impreza, but I do want to mention that Mark Miller Subaru is doing a giveaway with this Impreza on a 3-year lease. If you want to enter, link in the description down below, go and enter and you can win this Impreza. Now I will give you guys all of the details during the driving portion of today's video, but first off I want to mention that there is a $1,500 credit that comes with this giveaway. Now I'm going to have Corey here at Mark Miller Subaru give you guys kind of a rundown on what you could do with those $1,500. So without further ado, let's introduce Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey with Mark Miller Subaru, and I just want to go over some of the accessories for the 2021 Impreza. We're going to start here on the back end. You can always do splash guards to keep the mud off the rest of the car. Something I really recommend is window tint. There's a couple different levels of window tint. There's ceramic tint, which will keep out a lot more heat and keep the burn off your arm, especially with this being a black car. You want to keep the car as cool as possible. And also, you can do body side moldings. There'll be a molding that goes along the length of the car, and that'll help against shopping carts, doors, and you throwing your door into something else. When we move on to the front, to get some added visibility when you're driving, we can replace this area and actually have fog lights installed. And there's a couple different things you can do with the Impreza. If you're a music fan who can upgrade the audio system and still stay inside that $1,500 price range, there's a lot of options to do on this car, especially with the roof rack. You can put ski racks on it, you can put bike racks on it. So if you're the adventuring type like most of our Subaru customers are, there's a lot of options that we can take care of.
Now that all of you know the possible things that you could add to the Impreza, let's quickly do a walk around and show you guys the Impreza that you could win. Now under the hood of this Impreza, we have a naturally aspirated 2-liter flat 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 28 around town and then 36 on the highway, with power outputs being 152 horsepower and then 145 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go to the front end of this Impreza, and first off, it's finished in crystal black silica, which is one of my favorite colors that Subaru has to offer. The reason being is it has this beautiful metallic sparkle in the sunlight. We've got the halogen bulbs here at the front, and then I love how these look like turbines here. And again, you guys heard that you could change this out for fog lights with that $1,500 credit. And then notice we've got the chrome front end with the Impreza, and then you can see you've got the black grille for the rest of it, and then down to the aggressive front end. But yeah, that's everything for the front end of this Impreza. Now coming around the side here, we've got 205mm tires wrapped around 16-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then notice, aside from the silver you have on the wheels, everything else has been blacked out. You've got the blacked out mirrors and the door handles, and that's all for the side. Also, it's a hatchback. Now, since this is a hatchback, you get a little bit more storage compared to the sedan variant, and you even get a cargo cover here in the rear, which you guys know I love those. And then we've got all of the floor mats. You've got the rubber floor mats and the cloth ones. That's one of the things I love about Subaru, is the fact that they give you both with the car. And, well, that's all for the back, so see ya. And then finishing things up here in the rear, you guys know I love the taillights here on the new generation Impreza. They definitely look just super modern and really sleek overall. And then we've got all of our badging here. We've got the badge for the symmetrical all-wheel drive. And yeah, just wanted to show you guys the back end quickly. Now let's go over the door panel here in the rear, and if we pop down here, notice that you've got the carbon fiber accenting. You actually have leather padding here. You're gonna rest your arm for the back passengers. I love the metallic gray right here on the side. And we do have the full cloth seats here for the rear. Sadly, my backpack does not come with the giveaway. I'm sorry guys, but that's everything for the rear. Now here's the door panel in the front. So again, we've got all of the cloth trim right here. We've got the leather trim just down below with the window controls right here, and then the mirror adjustment, and then more of that carbon fiber trim. And then here are the seats at the front. You can see that the bolstering on these seats is a little bit more aggressive, just to hold you in place a little bit nicer. They are manually adjustable. And then here is the pedal layout just down below. Got our stability control just up above. And then other than that, there's one more look before we pop in. Here's our steering wheel in the Impreza, and notice this actually has quite a bit of safety tech. First off, we've got our adaptive cruise control and our lane keep assist, and then you've got all the stuff over here for the voice command controls, phone controls, all the normal stuff right there. But yeah, the fact that it has adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, pretty neat. And then here's a quick look at the gauge cluster with the Impreza. There's a couple different menus you can scroll through here with the gauge cluster. And other than that, I just want to show you guys the little center stack. And then just like all other Imprezas, you have this cool screen up here at the top that shows you like your average miles per gallon, the time, temperature outside, and again, that's just at the top of the dash. And then here's our center infotainment system, which by the way, it does have a backup camera with trajectory lines, and you do get a second set of lines that turn with the steering wheel, so really good overall. Analog controls for that whole system, and then we do have our single zone climate controls just down below right here. And then you've got some extra storage space right there. Here's the shifter for that CVT automatic, and then we've got our parking brake right next to it with a couple of cup holders. Here's the center console with the Impreza. You can see storage space in there is really good. You do get a 12 volts inside of it. Got more of that carbon fiber trim, and notice that you actually get stitching here on the dash. Looks very nice. And then opening up the glove box, it's pretty normal setup. And then finally finishing things up top, we have even more safety tech. We've got our collision assistance, and then this is for that lane departure assistance. And then this does have a mirror dimmer that comes with it, lighter colored headliner, and that's all for the top. Normally this Impreza would cost $22,000, but again, this Impreza is being given away as part of the Do Good, Feel Good project with Mark Miller Subaru, and well, let's take it out and see how it drives and get into that. Let's talk about visibility here in this hatchback Impreza. So first off, you can see visibility of the hood. It's great. Then you have your visibility through both of the mirrors, which I need to adjust that one. And then here's throughout the rest of the rear, and look how easy this is to adjust. Just tilt it up and boom, done. Let's set off. Setting off here in the Impreza, let's actually talk about the giveaway first and foremost, and I'll turn down the AC so you guys can actually hear me. So yes, Mark Miller Subaru is in fact giving away this Impreza. It is a 3-year lease that you are getting with this car, which I think is awesome, that you'd just be able to drive this car around for 3 years prepaid. You don't have to worry about anything. That's great. If you're wondering how this all works, Mark Miller Subaru actually donates a ton of money to charity every single year. So how they do this is every single car they sell, they donate $7,500 to a charity of your choice. And as a part of that, they do these car giveaways to help obviously support more causes, which I think is just absolutely awesome. So yes, not only are you getting a chance to win an awesome car that would be fun to drive every single day, you can also support a great charity. So yes, it's just a win-win for everyone. And then it does come with that $1,500 accessory credit. So if you do want to upgrade the car a little bit, you also have that. Now I understand that some people might not necessarily want an Impreza, and don't worry, Mark Miller Subaru has thought of that. So the lease credit is worth about $9,500. And if you wanted to transfer that credit to a different type of vehicle, you could. So for example, let's say that you wanted something a little bit sportier, like let's say a WRX. Well, what they would do is they'd take that $9,500 lease credit from this car and they would apply it to the WRX. Now, obviously, a WRX is a little bit more expensive to lease than an Impreza, so you would have to come out of pocket with a little bit of money, but you would get the WRX lease at such a significant discount that you'd be driving it for next to nothing. So either way, it's worth it. Even if you don't want this Impreza and you wanted to kind of send it over to a little bit more of an expensive car, you could do that. So yes, I would definitely recommend, just again, link in the description below. Go sign up for it, definitely worth it. And if you guys are wondering about this Impreza, you guys know that I love the Subaru Impreza. I personally owned one. I owned a 26, or it was actually a 17. Now I can't remember. It's 2017. I owned a 2017 back in 2016. And then I did get my little sister an Impreza as well. We all know what happened with that one. We're not really going to talk about that in today's video, but I love the car. It's obviously a car that you guys know I'm fully behind. Otherwise, I would have never bought one, and I would have never bought my little sister one. And so yeah, it's just an amazing car. It's really smooth. It gets great gas mileage. It does amazing in the snow with the symmetrical all-wheel drive system. It's very comfortable to drive. It's just a really good car. And especially as like a daily driver car, or if it's your first car, this is a great car to go for, I would definitely say. And so like, if, you know, I mean, if you're younger, right, at least 18 years old, obviously, but if you're younger and you want to get a cool car for your first car, I would recommend doing this. I definitely think it's worth it. It's an amazing car. I love it. I love the looks on this one too. This is so cool that it's a hatchback. The hatchback is the model I wanted. I just couldn't afford it at the time. And so if I was given this opportunity to obviously enter a giveaway to get a hatchback, I would have definitely done it, because this would have been my choice 100%. So yeah, this is a quick overview on a 2021 Impreza, kind of like the baseline package. And if you want to win it, link in the description below. I know I've mentioned it a million times, but I've got to mention it a million times more. And yeah, that's all. Now that's going to sum things up for our overview here. And again, if you do want to win this Impreza, link in the description below, go enter. And yeah, I'll see all of you guys in the next video.